Just loading.
There we go.
I'm so bad at this. Alrighty. Welcome to Wednesday night's Mosh Pit. Unfortunately, we're not going to have Scott tonight, so it's going to be me and Max who bear with us because Mosh Pit kind of still has to make its name.
That's right. For those of you listening on the terrestrial side, they ain't got Max to pirate the broadcast tonight. I ain't got no clue what I'm doing. We gonna figure this out.
We're going to figure this out together because I'm figuring out the StreamYard side of it too.
So boom. Alrighty. So I guess you just start us out because I'm not really familiar with the mosh pit much. So
well, I mean, on the upside, I mean, everybody's car troubles definitely fits mosh pit style. I lost a bumper today.
a bumper, a whole bumper.
Yeah, the whole bottom section of it, I had to put it back on because our road is so bad going in and out of it that my 4x4 heart doesn't know to slow down. So you just through it, listening to all the parts rattle and fall apart. But yeah, no, our mosh pit is basically random happenings, but we're allowed to be a little bit more grody about it. So Scott doesn't tell me to stop talking about things like cannibalism as much during mosh pit.
How about we cannibalize cancel culture? Just saying.
My God. I am 100% with that.
I don't know, something about this whole cancel culture thing. It reminds me of a bunch of people who just never got heard. So then now they got to gang up and bully everybody.
Oh, I feel like that's a little bit to do with it, but I also feel like everybody feels like everybody's supposed to like the same things. Everybody's supposed to look the same and all that. So if you want to be more pro-rogue, you know, you need to be shut up because you're going to start getting kids tattooing themselves.
I'm just saying, like, think about it like this. What's up, Hoey? And in a way, I guess what Hoey just said is right. Wokeism. You know what I mean? Like, cancel culture get to thinking themselves as judge, jury, and executioner.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie. After my experiences with the police today, I'd almost rather call a Karen and hire a Karen as a police officer. Because, man, as much as I don't like them, they get way more done.
That's because don't nobody want to hear their mouth. The easiest way to shut them up is just give them what they want.
I mean,
they win by being annoying.
Huge facts. But, like, could you imagine, you know, like, you got to go deal with some stuck-up tenant that, like, just doesn't want to leave. So, like, you get a hold of your biggest, baddest Karen on your block. And you're like, can you kick this guy out for me?
Yeah, because I ran across a couple of those. I'm petty though, so like I'm that type of person. Oh, you want to start this? We gonna start playing music at 3 a.m. loud.
Okay, but you see, I can get behind that, except for the fact that the stupid bylaws get in the way of being able to play loud music at 3 a.m. because now they can call the cops on me.
Ooh, you're gonna call the police on me. In the scope of things I have had the police called for me on in life, loud music is laughable. That's just my perspective.
It's laughable, but it's one of those things, if you get too many of those bylaw complaints, they can actually make you move out of the district.
Oh, yes.
Whether you own the house or not, you can still be told you have to move. And I value my housing.
Hey, what they say? Papa was a rolling stone. I guess I'm gonna be a moving brother.
As long as everybody's ready to help pack and move me, I mean, here we go.
I always get stuck doing that part alone.
So Hoey went Karen and emailed Wendy's customer care today.
Yeah. They still owe me a greasy hamburger. instead of a chicken sandwich. With a can full of gas and a handful of matches, and still no one ever found out.
I mean, majority of the time I do get away scot-free, but that's also because I know the special ways to twist the system at times. I've
Oh
had a few
yeah,
nasty neighbors that I've chased out of the neighborhood just by pure, simple shenanigans.
yeah.
And some people you can just throw a pig carcass or throw like a random. A lot of my stores they sell like little skull heads from like muskrats and mice and stuff. And they'll just randomly find them on their doorstep.
Just random finds, huh?
Yep, make them think the place is haunted.
So for those of you who end up watching this, yeah, y'all know Scott down for the count right now, and Harsh, I guess he never does Wednesdays. So there's where Harsh is. For those of you listening on the radio, I don't know none of the advertisements, so tonight is going to have no ads.
The only
Sponsored by the Unholiness.
the only ad we support here. Oh gosh, I forgot his name now. All of a sudden, damn it! Isn't it Bob? Isn't it Bob? It's Bob. We love Bob.
Hoey
Music
says
guy. The
Hoey
old
said
the old music guy.
he signs people up for political spam. Well, good thing I don't check my spam folder.
I knew people that would purposely sign people up for Jehovah Witness visits.
Oh, listen, I love it because they come and we have a nice conversation. For a while, there was really this one dude. He would come over like every other Saturday, and we would have a whole conversation. I would sit down and roll me a blunt and talk to this man. I go, oh, okay, let's compare differences. It was actually kind of different. Oh yeah,
Not
so
a call people. Oh,
that's cool. So listen, I got a natural setup to where if I don't want to be bothered, I ain't bothered. This right here, it stays on do not disturb mode. You can call me all day. It don't ring. I see you called me when I look at my notifications. And if I choose to call, I choose to call back.
okay, but
Oh,
Bernie is cold in the ground and above ground.
I
That man don't
mean,
got a pulse.
I can't even lie to y'all. I quit paying attention to the political circuit, so I don't know nothing about none of them. They all some clowns to me.
I had a lovely conversation earlier about our lovely political situation because I had to ask somebody. I'm like, "What's the biggest news in your country right now?" Tell this Canadian, and their answer was Trump's lovely new court case or whatever. I guess he managed to get it moved up so that he could start the campaign and do the campaign normally, supposedly. I guess. And then I had to ask him, like, well, just think of it this way. If you were in that man's shoes and you were facing another election, would you not do the same thing if this woman was coming after you for money from beforehand?
I'm
I sure got
childish.
83 million.
When people come to me for money, I tell them they got to get in line behind child support. I'm not reading that, Hoey.
I'm not gonna lie, that child support can be a bench. Holy crap, can it be a bench?
They like, look, we don't care if you only work 10 hours this week. We still taking a quarter.
You can leave it if you want to. You don't have to give it in. But you can go get some jammy bun.
So, Hoey,
Love you.
why in the name of creation would anybody want random cat pictures sent to their phone? Just why?
Oh, wait, you can sign me up. I'll give you my phone number just for that.
Let me think of somebody's number I don't like that don't like cats.
I mean, I don't think we know anybody that's that scared of cats that like they don't want to see cute pictures of them like or videos of them
I'm
smacking their
look,
face.
I am not a cat person. Cats as pets are not my thing. They like to claw everything up. I mean, I got a knucklehead dog that do that, but like cats like to spray on things. No, no.
That's only men, luckily. If you don't get a male cat, you get that luxury. I'm not a huge cat person, as everybody knows. I got a giant dog from hell. I love him too. But cats, as we said earlier, cats just have you as a slave. That's all you are. You're just a slave. You don't own them, they own you.
And then if you get
But
a female cat, you gonna have kittens and kittens and kittens to take care of. Nah, buddy. I signed up for a single pet, not a whole horde of pets.
well, you got bad luck with cats then, because I have never had a cat have kittens on me. But I've also had their innards ripped out at 6 months old. I'm like, you get them fixed.
In my experience, every time in life we've ever owned a cat, anywhere in my life, it has not been a good experience.
I have yet to have a negative experience with any animal except for dogs. And I will say this, I don't know if anybody here has had children and a young puppy. They are identical. Identical. Puppies and children. I've played fetch with my 2-year-old. Like,
My my dog is a big kid. He is a big kid.
they are. And that is why I say the only animal I've struggled with has been a dog, because I have the same arguments with the dog that I used to have with my toddler. And I said I didn't want any more kids, and I went and got myself a freaking puppy that's 110 pounds.
Here's the difference for me. And after this happened once, it wasn't no more cats coming in my houses. Difference between a dog and a cat: if the dog gonna go to the bathroom in the house, he gonna go pick someone on the floor and use the bathroom. Cats, these little fur balls, they go pick your laundry basket and spray all over your clothes. I would rather my floor smell like some dog pee than my whole basket of clothes smell like cat pee. Just saying. It sucks getting that out.
I will agree on that, but it sucks getting it out. But I learned a very easy trick when my foster mother, she had a male cat. She got one off the street because he was cute and he was homeless. So we got to bring this cat home. And this cat regularly picked right after I'd get out of the shower with my wet towel, and he would pee in my laundry hamper on top of my wet towel. And all you needed was a cup of vinegar, throw that in with the wash, and the smell was gone. My dog, there is no replacement. There's no amount of vinegar that I can pour on my couch to bring back my couch cushions and the chunk of wall that my dog has eaten.
Yeah, it sounds like this jerk here. It's,
We, we lost Oakley's. He found, I don't know how he found and pulled an Apple Watch out of a container that was up on the top shelf, but he ate an Apple Watch.
he's expensive dog.
He's a very expensive dog.
No, the cat did not pee on me. It peed on my clothes. And I had just bought them clothes. So I was really, really, really upset about it.
I'm still not much of a cat person, but I've always said, and I keep saying it, I'd have a hell of a lot more of my belongings left if I had a cat.
Harsh, we summon you. You're not allowed to be unavailable.
Why? What did Harsh do?
None.
He's not here calling me white. He's not here calling me a stereotype today or a feminist.
I know that's just him. He's a clown. He don't be meaning that.
I know he don't mean it. Kind of hard to mean it with that perfect 7-Eleven customer service voice. Hey, Harsh, I know you're going to listen later, so I'm leaving little nuggets, little crumbs for you to pick up on later, because you will watch.
Oh, Smicks. We have a whopping 2 viewers on here.
That's pretty normal.
We're on 4 Facebook pages and 1 YouTube page.
Well, I didn't change any of the destinations, and I did mean to change some of the destinations so that they were posted just to CSHR and Mosh Pit, but I totally dropped the ball on that. So if y'all are getting stuck in opposite places of each other and you can't talk to each other, that's fine.
Yeah, for those of you who see this, just know this is something we at CSHR Radio are actively discussing and figuring out how to streamline. We're working on it, y'all. Bear with
And I
us.
mean, for you guys listening that are actually here, it's not meant for you. But feel free to message me any questions or concerns that you would like me to address, or a topic you think might make a good topic to hear us argue about. Feel free to message it to me. The 2 of you that are watching, I don't want any more HR emails.
That was a disclaimer from the head of HR.
I do not have access to the HR email, so the others get it first.
Wait a minute, how are you the head of HR and ain't got access to the email? Oh,
Because
management.
Scott likes to laugh first.
I bet.
If you can make them like your Wendy's customer care one, I might be okay with that.
Look, I don't care. Y'all see me go Karen last night. I did not want a chicken sandwich. I wanted a burger.
Yeah, because of you, I guess Hoey needed a burger. He was thinking about you.
Yeah, I seen
And
that.
he was unimpressed.
Oh, you just had to remind me. Kind of got me asking myself tonight, what is the dinner
Actually,
going
kind
to
of.
be?
I feel like Hoey was sending it for you.
Oh, thank you, my spirit brother. He said you go get me free burgers. Oh, man.
So, did you hear about that big situation where that video of that guy was out and he was sticking his hand in the lion's cage and everybody was like watching him, and he's got his hand in there and he's like trying to call the kitty over with the little piss sounds and stuff like that? Oh, it was all over things this morning when I was driving around, and people were like trying to talk about some of the most wild stories they've had with wild animals. You know, dumb things people be doing. Like, I guess even there's something going on in Yellowstone. I have yet to look it up because I was too busy watching the video of the guy sticking his hand in a lion's cage, and all was fine and dandy till they noticed his hand was in there and he had a whole whopping huge lions coming at him.
What in the twisted DNA would make somebody put their hand in a lion's cage? A lion is a carnivore. For those in the class who don't know what a carnivore eats meat. Our hands are meat to these people. Well, these animals, these beings, this species. So why do people do dumb things like that and then wonder why they get bit and mauled? If you was hungry and somebody dangled some fresh meat in your face, you'd take a bite too, wouldn't y'all?
I mean, to tell you, if I was sitting inside my cage and there was human pizzas walking past my cage all day.
I don't know if pizzas is a good example to use. Is it too soon after Pizzagate?
Oh,
Look,
still
I
make
got to
pizza
talk
jokes. You can still make pizza jokes. I mean, is it too soon? Here's the big question. You know, when you go through these phases and you want to rewatch old cartoons and you go back and you rewatch old South Park and that episode when they were like, we made AIDS funny finally. How many years did people skirt around and not make AIDS jokes? Because you can't make AIDS jokes. AIDS isn't funny.
It's not funny to joke about people who have contracted a sexually transmitted means of for sure death.
Okay, but how many men have actually sat there and went, you know what, doesn't matter, still had sex, whether they're alive or dead. It's just, at least I went out happy.
I'm dead. Hoey, you say, how is Magic Johnson alive? Magic Johnson is alive because he got that magic money that's long like Shaq's feet.
Well, I mean, like South Park even did. They even came up with the whole cure for AIDS. You just take money, grind it down into water, and inject money into your bloodstream, and you don't have AIDS no more.
Whatever it is something that only rich people have access to. Makes you kind of wonder about how this disease was engineered.
I mean, I don't think we need to wonder. I think at the end of the day, we have the truth. It's just nobody actually wants to believe the truth. So they'd rather come up with it just has to be some freak genetic mutation. And it's like, well,
Oh
think about
yeah,
the
so
year it
listen,
came out.
I remember like right when it was like I was a kid, like when it was really starting to be like a big thing. And right during that time, there was a movie that came out, Outbreak, when they was talking about like how they genetically engineered the Ebola virus.
Yep.
If you really actually like watch that movie and paid attention to the cutscenes, they really took something, that virus, and they like morphed it and morphed it. They made that a deadly weapon. So not a far stretch. Well, if he knows kung fu, I'm gonna make sure not to get on his bad side because I don't want him to touch me. Just,
Okay, but
I
if he
don't want
knows
no
kung fu, um, wouldn't that mean that he knows how to control the inside of his body and all of like his different muscles and tendons? And wouldn't he be able to have the ability to kung fu it out of his body?
I mean, that would be like mastery level kung fu. That's like being like a dragon master.
Well, it's something I've always thought of when like you look into like all these different martial arts like kung fu, karate, tai chi, all of that. Like there's different ways like they actually teach you. You just got to be able to take it that extra step that like really at the end of the day if you knew how to control the molecules of your body, you could just cure yourself. Like that's almost like Keanu Reeves level. Just saying.
I'm weak. He flips through a kung fu book. I'm crying right now. So he knows the book Kung Fu by heart.
Here I was hoping that this homeless old man was just homeless because it gave him better understanding of kung fu. That's okay. I snorted the red pill, Roz. Apparently, Hoey snorted the blue pill. We got to get him.
Oh, Hoey about to be up. The only blue pill I can think of is an Adderall 30.
Or that little magical blue pill for ED. He's
Oh
going to
yeah,
be
see,
up for days.
I don't know nothing about that.
Literally.
I couldn't tell you nothing about that.
Hey, Hoey, if it's been 4 hours, remember to seek medical attention. Oh, God. Oh, okay. So that, oh, okay. Okay. For a second there, your nickname in that chat, Hoey, made me think Harsh was in here. And I'm like looking through the comments going like, where's Harsh? Okay. But you know
Hi,
what?
Ian. What's up, my guy? So the adults are MIA. This is a pirated, hijacked broadcast.
We're here speaking for our great master, Brian Christ. You may know him. Yeah. We're here speaking his gospel. But it's nice to see you, Hobo.
No, no, no. The adults are not fired. The adults are not fired. They are just unavailable. so we had to be stand-ins.
We sent them on vacation. We're going to call it the parent trap.
We honestly don't have an answer for where Harsh is because evidently he is never present on Wednesdays.
Yeah, no, Harsh has a lot of, he needs some downtime, you know.
Yeah, and
But
Scoot is enjoying some well-needed rest right now.
Scoot's testing us today. He says he's not feeling good, but Scoot's testing us to make sure that we can, you know, every so often run this without him. And maybe he can take some few days off. And I just got to find somebody to stand in for Jackie. When somebody can stand in for Jackie, we got this whole place going.
There are no one-show suspensions currently being served.
There's a few show suspension being served.
Who's on a few show suspension?
It's going to be Hoey if he keeps.
Josh's whereabouts are unknown at this time.
You raise a very good question. Hoey, did you tag him? Why don't you tag that lurking security agent of ours? But I do think he's been set out on a mission.
I would probably assume he probably did get sent out on a mission. Oh,
He did. He's going to dox Harsh.
You are absolutely right. I do know Josh is typically here on Wednesdays. Again, this is a stand-in pirated episode. We just wanted to give y'all something.
You tried to? Okay. No.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. Where is he? Okay. He's been tagged elsewhere now. He should know what the tag is for since it is Wednesday. I forgot because he wasn't here the last Wednesday either, because I do believe our guy Josh is I don't know what kind of story to spin about him right now, but I do know he's been doxing Harsh.
No, he's bright green at all times. The alien does not turn white.
I know a friend that has a pink one. A pink version of your alien.
This is definitely the renegade stage. Speaking of versions of the alien, I just want to say this. I was the first guy rocking out with an alien. I'm the first guy that's had an alien for a coworker and a co-manager at work. I gotta put that on record.
I got told that people didn't know that you had an alien and that we were supposed to keep it hush. And I'm like, dude, he takes the alien to work. He's not very secretive about it. He's about as secretive as the Biden administration.
Oh no, there's a lot of things we don't talk about, but yeah, he rock with me. No,
why would you
not him with bubble bath and LEDs. Though we will get him some rave necklaces. We actually, speaking of the alien, we're gonna set up some means, but yeah, he got some hot merch in the merch store. I'm gonna take a minute for some shameless self promotion. www.wubwearmerch.com. That is www.wubwearmerch.com. Come buy you some fine threads and join the rebellion.
Do so, especially with Soulfest coming up. Y'all gonna need some.
Oh yeah, hold on. I forgot.
I do gotta lie. I'm a little jealous that I'm not down south for something like Soulfest.
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely want to get enough material music wise together so I can go try and start shooting for some fests. That is the next step in the ladder.
Well, you should definitely see if you can get into some shows in Canada too, because I do know some of those West Coast ones in BC.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
they're a good way to start out. Oh yeah, never mind. My bad. I always just assume everybody can travel.
The way America's set up, the only thing stopping me from a passport is child support arrears. Yeah. And getting that signed off on, I got a better chance of getting it off a water tower. Holy they was,
Alien was the only thing that could put up with the.
man. So I know what Hoey and High End are talking about. So, okay, full disclosure. Some people I quit associating with, fell out with. Originally, the alien was just sitting over at their lab. We started rocking. When we fell out, they got to trying to play some, oh, we're taking the alien from you shit. And Max said, no comprendo. It was a whole debacle about that not long ago, and they felt that they wanted to be cyberbullied.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so Hoey. Oh, is that who I'm thinking it is then? Okay. Okay.
yeah,
The dots have connected.
yeah. It was funny. It was definitely a frustratingly funny situation. Like, bruh, y'all lame, grow up.
Okay, but like, do you imagine? Don't mean to laugh because I know how uncompassionate it is. But that's going to be my new thing. When somebody makes me mad, I'm just going to be like, I hope one day you get a dislocated sphincter.
Hey, so that was one of the first. Okay, so it's memorable for Hoey because it's actually like one of the first times they see me like live by myself on social media, waiting through that. I'm crying. I mean, you want me to be honest, bud? The way they carry on, sometimes I kind of wonder if maybe some of them got a little bit of sugar in their tank.
You know, some of them should have a disorder where their esophagus slowly turns into a sphincter and their sphincter turns into esophagus.
Oh man.
That's what made me think of swapping the esophagus and the sphincter was Hobo's comment. 100%. But like,
Look, they looking like we don't even boofing explained. Yes, that was a very adequate definition of boofing.
another disclaimer from HR. We have met with the Commander Polak. Sorry. Sometimes I just kind of when I say it, but our lovely guy David has been asked to take a sabbatical from the show due to the fact that he was going to give a demonstration on boofing. So the headhunter for Harsh, no, we do not need a Harsh replacement. Harsh is doing wonderfully on his own. HR is proud of him because he has taken some more executive roles upon himself and has networked with a couple of artists, and he's done some extra lives. He's talked me into trying to do some midnight randoms here and there. So, I mean, yay, thank you, Harsh. I know he did an appreciation video and I did not show up, but I do appreciate you. We are trying to distract from the boofing conversation, so there will be no TED Talks. Thank you, Hobo.
I don't know who Uncle Marcus is.
Uncle Marcus has a link. He just needs to check the core chat, and by the time he checks the core chat, we're going to be done.
Oh, you talking about Josh? Yeah.
David.
Oh, okay.
Miller is our resident Uncle Marcus. He's the drunk uncle at the wedding that every so often trips over a table and then takes the microphone and just incoherently screams stuff into the microphone about how much he loves the bride and that her breasts look great and that he'd love some of that ass.
So listen, as a DJ, I swear to God, I got a safeguard against that. I purposely, anytime I have to use my microphone, I use the settings that route it through my board. You get on my microphone talking crazy, I'm turning my mic off at the board. Click.
The only soup we discuss anymore is the primordial soup, all right? So until you can accept that human beings are just walking soup, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Hoey, if it burns, I would suggest some antibiotics, my guy.
Okay, but I kind of felt that way. I kind of feel like he's not wrong because, like, 100%, I used to watch that show religiously on Spike TV, 1,000 Ways to Die. And without fail, there was an episode of a guy that had boofed vodka, an entire bottle there. It killed him.
I'm just going to be honest. I ain't never in my life gave a thought to taking alcohol and sending it through the one way. The one way is exit only. If anybody, for any substance, feels the need to utilize the one way street, seek professional help. You have addiction problems. It's okay that you have addiction problems. That is very extreme. Boofing is extreme. If you prefer to boof or you enjoy boofing, seek mental help.
It puts it straight into your bloodstream. So if you guys are going to be dumb enough to attempt some of these TikTok trends, do yourself a favor. If you have kids, sit down with your kids and do your kids a favor and tell them, listen, before you do anything, please research it because there may actually be a safe way to complete that trend like thousands before have, because some of these people are out here posting these trends and they're not doing it the way they say they're doing it. And people will be going out there eating Tide Pods, boofing alcohol, doing whatever, and they're dying.
So let me ask a question. Okay. I get it. It bypasses the liver, right? In the build of your genetic biological self, the liver serves a function. Would you run a car without a carburetor?
Do not ask that question, Max, because I know some. I've met some dumb men, okay? This is coming from a woman. When a woman watches you leaves and comes back home from work one day and sees somebody she's supposed to be calling her boyfriend saying, I'm done changing the brake calipers, and you look in the container of what they put into the brakes is used old oil that I'd put in that container from my last oil change. He was convinced that that's the same texture and color as brake fluid. The same person removes their air filter completely and drives their car.
Oh, yeah. See, so these are signs of cheap mechanics you do not trust. Because that $50 fix is going to turn into about a $5,000 fix from everything that's going to go wrong. Okay, so your car doesn't
work no more.
Okay, so your car doesn't have a carburetor. Would you take the brake pads off of your car and drive down the street with no brake pads? That is the equivalent of what you're doing when you do things to bypass your liver. Your liver has a biological function.
Boofing Tide Pod soup. Hobo, I must ask you. If you're putting Tide Pods in soup and boofing it, are you trying to clean yourself out or are you trying to eat dinner?
I'm guessing they're trying to get some nourishment at the same time that they're giving themselves an enema.
And that is where the world went wrong, Hobo. When they got rid of fuel and when they got rid of the carburetor, they started going downhill and they started losing a lot of fuel and convincing you that you were getting more. It's funny the
So
way that they do that.
you would drive a car that you then took the brakes off, knowing that when it's time to stop, you got to crash his car to stop. Oh, we drive. Look, he planning on crashing.
For
He like,
Mosh Pit next week, I request one video of you in a Barbie Jeep, one of those little tiny kids Barbie Jeep cars with no brakes, full tilt in a tutu. I want it. I need it.
shh, and you ain't
Up
lying.
though. Hobo says it was when they started putting plastics in cars as much as they do.
And
And extra wiring.
Josh is absent tonight because he is getting ready for work.
Quit your other job. We're all that matters. I'm just kidding. I'm leaving you all for my job next week.
That's a
Okay, but
diesel
hey,
Jeep with a smokestack.
Hobo, they have actually been working on building certain things like this that I've been keeping track of, and it is giving me life. My new favorite trend is people getting those hood stacks on their trucks and getting the wacky arm flailing inflatable tube man and taping it to it and giving it as much gas as they can and watching the wacky arm flailing inflatable tube man vibrate till he falls apart. Okay, but you didn't videotape it.
So Hoey says he had a mini bike with no brakes. He hit a house without crying. So, by the way that comment is worded, I would take it that you were a full-grown adult when you hit the house.
Oh, the
So,
way he worded that, this was a recent event and his wife had words with him.
that's the worst. Because now you got to hear it for real.
Oh, I feel that flip flop that went flying at his head. Like I feel it on my face. Okay, and the
Rubber
rubber
chickens.
chicken.
So, Hoey, I just got to ask, bro, why did you hit the house?
Because it
Why would you
had
get
no
on the?
brakes.
You knew that mini bike ain't have no brakes. They call them crotch rockets for a reason. I'm starting to wonder: are you
Um,
suicidal, bud?
question. How is a mini bike a crotch rocket when technically street bikes are crotch rockets and the mini bikes are the things that from my understanding, are basically the literal miniature crotch rockets that you get at like the carnivals and shit.
You want me to be totally honest with you? Like,
Yes.
in my
My
experience,
stoned ass needs it crayoned.
all the like the little ones, like they're mini versions of bicycles, of them. Those are all crotch rockets. They'll be like mini bikes,
Oh.
crouch rockets. Like you got to
Every
crouch down
time
to
I
run.
hear every time I hear crotch rocket, I immediately think of like the Kawasaki's and the Ducatis.
Yeah, no. They, like you got to crouch down to even ride the little bike. Crouch rocket.
No, we just called them midgets because that's the only thing I can fit on. Like when I get on one, it's like getting a normal size crotch rocket. It's great.
I bet you was in trouble. He said it was like 10 years ago. My buddies was like, bro, you're in trouble. The brake lever broke more like a pit bike. Well, duh, the house wasn't going to move high end. That was kind of like the house is huge. Like, okay, I could see, like, okay, maybe you hit a parked car, you can be boom, or you hit a hydrant, you hit a tree, you hit something small. A house is a large object, something rather large for you to be able to steer from, you would think. Like, or to even avoid traveling towards, like, I'm not going to ride this bike with no brakes towards that house because it's big and it doesn't move.
Okay, but it's Hoey. Oh, it was like a dirt bike mini bike. Okay.
See what I'm saying? Look, like, you're going to get on a dirt bike, a little mini
Okay.
dirt bike, and go towards a house you ain't got no brakes on. How did you think you were going to stop?
I actually got forced to ride one of those bikes recently, a little Yamaha, like TTR 125. And my biggest complaint about driving it when they kept asking me to get back on it, I was like, it's got no brakes. I tried to stop. I had to stall the bike to stop.
Oh, yeah,
And
see,
I
I'm so
almost hit a
sorry.
parked car.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Something about bikes like that, yeah, I feel like I'm not ready to gamble like that with my life. That's a whole new meaning of rocket power.
No, my boyfriend expects me to get into dirt biking this summer with him. So Jackie's going to have a broken arm this summer. Because I'm 4'11". If it ain't a youth bike, I can't get on it.
Oh, so correction here. Okay, so Howie just clarified something. He did try to brake. This was a very raggedy bike, evidently, because the the lever broke. Like, oh crap. I guess at that point, tuck and roll. No, the house did not ask how Hoey was. The house was unmoved.
The house was haunted after that day because Hoey left one of his 9 lives behind.
So you see, we do have the bumper rolling. We figured out we at least know how to do this the basic way.
No, I have to thank Harsh because he had this pre-set up earlier and I just clicked and registered that he had a pre-set up all
Nice.
put together for me live link to send out to everybody. So thank you
Big
again,
dub.
Harsh, for having our backs. And thank you, Scott, because it may have been Scott too. I'm just assuming it was Harsh because that's Harsh's domain is setting up StreamYard. Max on the fly, taking over the radio, making sure we could get on there to talk to all of you guys. And don't forget about Bob Sanchez. I just remembered Bob Sanchez.
I kept it fair and honest at the beginning of this and gave the disclaimer. I do not know none of the ads by
Okay, but
heart.
I've been here. I've been here long enough that by now I should know that Bob Sanchez's music supply store is the best place, and it's in the same spot on the corner of those 2 streets. But I am not from Louisiana, so do not come at me.
Oh, no. So I guess I'm gonna have to Google where Bob Sanchez's store is in Louisiana. Oh no.
It, in Baton Rouge. I'm pretty sure, isn't it on like Mermaid? It's on like a Mermaid Street, isn't it? No, it's not. No.
Oh no.
Harsh does usually talk over it, but I always remember to give Bob Sanchez his piece because, man, I've heard some awesome stories. I'm hoping that one day we can bribe Scott into like doing a live with him with me so I can actually interview him and get to know him. Because just the sound, like, I don't know, it's something about the energy surrounding that guy's name and just like something about him, his energy vibes with me. Okay, do not do that to that old man. I'm not even reading that. On the corner of Sharp and Main Boulevard.
All right. Oh no.
I'm not reading that because that old man does not deserve that.
Oh no. I'm trying to find it. What's it called? Oh no.
But I'm gonna tell you this right now. It is only 38 degrees in Alberta, Canada. So I can't tell you the weather in Baton Rouge, and the weather in Canada is hormonal. It snowed yesterday and then it rained all day today. It was fantastic.
Live Music Inc. is at 10244 Boulevard, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Thank you, Max. That's just because, that he's been around, and you know what? We'll give
The
him
weather
that.
in Louisiana is a clear 80 degrees.
Oh, send it my way.
It's about to be brought to you by Gas Pack and Backpack Boys. Because as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to smoke.
Today's episode with Jack from Jackie Hyde's side was brought to you by Blood Orange infused Rizzlers with a 3.8% terpene content of blood orange peels and all that yummy goodness that made it taste like sweet candy and smell like heaven.
Remind me to bring up to Scott that I definitely should probably ask for a list of what advertisements we're supposed to be doing. For everybody,
part of the corporate email package that gets sent out on May 6th after the unholy tea comes back and HR's inbox is full.
So for anybody who did miss their advertisement tonight, CSHR Radio apologizes. Max don't know none of them.
I mean, but we are. Oh, I could get behind that operation. I've been on it.
Speaking of the unholy tea, for those of you on CSHR Radio, get ready. Monday nights just got even better. Mondays, we're going to go ahead and double up the radio appearances. So starting with this coming Monday, it's already been every Monday, 1 to 3. Me and the green guy mixing away on Groove London at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on CSHR Radio. It's time for the Unholy Tea. Once a month, the first Monday of every month, artist appreciation. Different artists will come, have a sit down with me, and we just gonna have a sit down and ask some get to know you questions and help y'all find some new artists to look up. Mondays beside that, right now we in build season. It's time to build, destroy. First, we got to build a knowledge base to destroy the old knowledge base. Coming Mondays right here on CSHR Radio. Ugh.
Sorry.
No, you good. So, we are just past the 10 o'clock mark. We are just under an hour. Ish, since you've been... Bob Sanchez does not... No. He's got a player name. That's all I can say. He's got a smooth, playerific name.
And by the time we come back to this, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Jackie's going to get super wild with y'all, and there might be like a late night Thursday shenanigans. Who knows? We'll see where I'm sitting at. But I'm going to literally Urban Dictionary every single one of your guys' names, and once a day, it's going to get posted on the Herbalations page. So keep it up.
The Cleveland Steamer. Manufacturing steamrollers since 1776. Purchase yours today and pair it with some great cannabis for an unforgettable experience.
And for those of you guys that are into the Jankum, if you come to Canada, every 3 days, I have the ability to get you guys set up. It'll be fresh and just ready to go for you guys every 3 to 4 days. So just give me a call. We'll make that black tank flush a little bit more juicy to do.
You want to do the outro? Ready. You want to give us the outro?
Anywho, yeah, it is. Thanks for joining everybody again joining us, everybody, again on Wednesday, the Mosh Pit. Thanks for letting it live up to its name, and we wouldn't be here without you guys. So thanks for watching every day, and Come back and check us out on Friday for random happenings again. Y'all have a great evening.